Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2012 Forest Lake Farm Day out here at the Autumnwood Farm, the Danager Farm. So I am here with Florence. Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on out here?
Well, we've got a celebration day, and what we do this for our customers and our potential customers, and just a way of saying thank you because we appreciate you all so much, because without you, we're nothing. And you're helping us to hopefully save the farm.
Yes, definitely. And Danager Farm goes back many generations.
1902 is when my in-laws came here first, and my father-in-law immigrated from Austria, not knowing a word of English, and lived up in Linwood Township in a home where the Broadbents, I believe it was, also housed a country school teacher. And Franz, my father-in-law, learned English from the schoolroom teacher in the evenings. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. So now, as we jump to today, it seems like it's getting a lot more community exposure. You guys,
The press and the media have been fabulous for us. We couldn't have asked for coverage like we get from the press and media. And we have a wonderful graphic artist that helps to provide us with the material that we get out, because she's so creative and does such a beautiful job of it. And Linda was a classmate of Pat's younger sister, or older sister. Yeah. So.
and now let's just talk about some of the products that you now offer at the local grocery stores, because you guys serve many grocery stores now, different milks, you have eggnog during the holiday season, different things like that. What are some things you offer to people?
Well, you mean at the stores or right here on the farm store? Okay, here at the farm store we also have butter and cheese curds from Ellsworth, Wisconsin. We also have the brick cheese from Grantsburg, Wisconsin, Burnett County Dairies. And then we have also pork that comes from a family farm, the Newman family farm up at Princeton, Minnesota. And then, of course, we have our own ground beef and jerky and summer sausage from our own animal here. And then we also carry bison and elk. And we do salsa. We've got butter from Ellsworth Creamery that comes in from Grassland. And our ordinary line of milks, which is the 1%, the skim, the whole, that are all of our milk is all pasteurized, but those products are also homogenized. Then, as another whole product, we have a white capped that's we call our cream line, and it's not homogenized, and the cream, as it did in old times, rises to the top, and you get maybe an inch and a half to 2 inches of cream on the top here. And our milk is as the cow gives it to us on those two products. We don't alter it on butterfat. So different times of the year, it's a different consistency of fat maybe, but it depends on what they've been eating, because what they eat is what you get.
All right, so then lastly, why do you feel like local farms or family farms are important? Because they become more scarce often. And why do you feel like that is important? Because, as you said, there's generations, and you have grandchildren now working on the farm.
I feel it's terribly important, because I think a lot of your social problems are because the backing off of family farms, because we teach them responsibility, we teach them discipline, we teach them how to work and have good work ethic. And I know even my children, who are now in their late 50s and early 50s, are saying that they are having a problem finding work ethic. And we are so glad that we're still able to keep our kids taught on the farm. And we're glad that there's been some back off by the Department of Labor, that we can still have our kids work on the farm and that we can teach that. And I think the community appreciates a good local product too, like we try to put out. And in glass, we think we can keep it colder and more refreshing. And lots of times the milk that was gotten that morning is bottled that day or certainly the next day. So you can't get fresher than that.
All right, well, thank you, Florence, for joining me today.
Thank you for joining us. We're glad to have you, and we appreciate you.
I am Erin here at Autumnwood Farm, and we're just going to go over a little bit of how to milk a cow and how we milk them here at Autumnwood Farm. So first, we always make sure to clean the teats very carefully on the cow. We will use a paper towel to wipe them off, and you can see right down here the teats, and then we will dip them with an iodine dip where that will sit for 60 to 90 seconds while the teats are being sanitized. After that, we will wipe again the teats off so they are clean, and the milker will then be put on. This is a milker right here. There are 4 different teat cups, and each of them will go on a teat where the milk will come out. There will be about 8 to 9 gallons of milk a day for a cow, so about 4 gallons per time of milking. The cow will be milked for 5 to 7 minutes, and then the milker will come off, and we will again post-dip the cow with the teat dip to make sure that all bacteria is away from the teats when they're finished. The milk as it's being milked, actually goes through the hoses here, and this will be connected right up into the silver pipeline, and from the silver pipeline it will go all the way into the milk house, where it is in a 1,000-gallon milk tank where it will sit until it is over to the creamery or goes on a truck to a cooperative creamery in Wisconsin.